volunteers that go around the beach in Galveston and kind of find emergencies and report them to the lifeguards and 911, kind of acting as a mediator between the two. And we went with meetings with them to kind of figure out where their issues were with the process and communication between each other. And so we figured out that a lot of the issues come from the way that they communicate right now, which is through WhatsApp. And they just have like a chat room set up where they're like, okay, this person went missing, someone went missing, someone's drowning over here, and they have to kind of like text with each other to kind of figure out where these emergencies are. And it can be a bit slow, and it's really easy for them to get all this information to get lost in the mix, especially because they get up to 50 to 100 on their busiest days, 50 to 100 missing person reports a day, which was just a staggering number. And so that was kind of where we focused, was the missing person aspect. That's kind of where we focused most of our attention for the app. So real quick, we're going to have Eric to sign in and talk about how we have a location locking system.
So yeah, basically, we didn't want people using the app outside of Galveston or like misusing it. So anyone who does not have like admin privileges will see if they try to log in, say in Houston, like their whole screen will have no functionality at all. But if they are like the higher ups and they have admin privileges, then they will be able to use the functionalities of the app anywhere.
Physically, these buttons will all be grayed out, and the bottom navigation bar won't appear. It'll all be grayed out. You'll be able to log in, but you won't be able to communicate with anybody via the app. Just visually. It's not letting us log in twice on the computer for some reason.
No. When you're putting at Gmail, you misspelled.
No, that's on purpose. We have like a
At mail.
separate account.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's no big deal. That's not a huge. That's not a huge issue. It's just our app, just to prevent malicious use.
Yeah, so if you're outside of Galveston, or like Eric said, not an admin, you're just not going to be able to use the app. All right, so once you are able to log in as either an administrator of the Wave Watchers or inside of Galveston, you're going to get this screen. And at the top, you're going to have a log out option as part of the menu. And these buttons do what you think they would. Call 911, straight call to 911. Straight call to the Galveston Beach Patrol. Now for these 5 buttons here, excluding missing persons, they're going to redirect you to call to the proper authorities. So for drowning, it's going to redirect you to call the 911. So you click yes, and it's just going to call 911 exactly like you'd expect it to. And that's going to be the exact same for medical and disturbance. For ocean hazard, it's going to call the Galveston Beach Patrol, the lifeguards, same as calling this button, but we know why you're pressing it. And marine mammal is going to call the Texas Marine Mammal Stranding Network. And when you press that button, we're going to know why you're calling it. So when you press one of these 5 buttons, or the call 911, or call Galveston Beach Patrol, and you actually put in a call, it's going to send out a notification to the members in your group that you're working with of what's going on, who's reporting it, and what you should expect when people come. All right, so
Call and cancel it.
yeah, you want me to call it? Well, because then you'll get the notification.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to call the Marine Mammal Network right now. Just going to hang up real quick.
Call 911.
All right, and the top left notification pop that we already have.
Right. It's not showing up on the actual presentation, but I've got one. Yeah, I just got it on my phone. With the emulator, sometimes things can be a little inconsistent, but we have the notification show up on our phone here.
Okay, so the notifications from these buttons are going to appear in chat. So if we go to chat,
Right.
the notifications are going to be specifically for group channels. It's a lot of notifications, man. Okay, so for our group channels, what you're going to see is the name of each group that you're associated with, you're in, or you've been invited to, or you've created. You're not going to be able to see groups that you're not in or you haven't created. And this is gonna help like distinguish certain groups of wave watchers that maybe specifically work on certain parts of the beach together. So if you click on wave watchers, not long click. Yeah, you'll just see all the notifications that you got. And you can just type and send messages and they're gonna appear chronologically from the bottom up, just like any other chat.
Why is everyone going missing at Tower 69?
We'll get to that in a second. Alright, so we can go back to the first screen. You can also, it's all good. So you can create groups here, and you can give them a name. Let's test new group. And then, so new group only has one member, and you can go to the top right, and you can query for members or invite members. You've got all the different groups here. Wait. And then you just put you in the group. All right. So you can go back, and you'll see that there's now 3 group members. So if we go to open channels or the chat. All right. So open channels here. That's just going to be for anybody to join. Anybody's going to be able to see them. But the problem is with open channels, we don't want to put notifications there because everybody's chatting away. You don't know how many people are going to be in the group at a time, and the information is just going to get lost in the shuffle if too many people are in an open group chatting. You just don't want notifications for like 100 wave watchers at a time. But open channels, you can also do the same thing, create here. And since it's an open channel, you don't really need to invite members. The members just join, leave, whatever. All right, so if we go back to the main chat. Okay, so at the top right, there's the year, and that just sets your name and your picture. So if you change your name to whatever, and then you have notifications off. Okay, that's a problem. All right, so you can set your nickname. You can also take a picture or upload a picture by clicking on the icon. You can also turn on and off notifications whether you're in Galveston or not. So if we go back, you can go to any group channel. And so, Wave Watchers is good. All right, so you can see here, new marine mammal reported, 8 members have seen it. So that's just gonna tell you that this person doesn't have a picture right now associated with them, but you would see that this person made this report at that time. So I should be talking to them, getting in communication with whatever's going on, trying to find out if someone's in trouble, how can I help? All right, so back to the home screen. And the missing person also sends a notification, but we'll let Zach get into that.
Sure. All right, so missing person is kind of where we spent the bulk of our development time getting this form set up, just because it's been such a issue for the wave watchers that we want to help them tackle it to the best of our abilities. So real quick, I'm just gonna set up a new missing person report, and we tried to speed up the process by just having as many radio buttons and drop downs as possible, just to reduce the amount of typing that needs to be done. So you can see we have all these different fields to help describe the missing person, so that it's easier for the wave watchers to find them. Use my own outfit today for that. And so you can also change how long the person went missing, and that will be kind of calculated along with it, so it's easy for the wave watchers to kind of estimate, like, oh, they were at Tower 5 after last seen, and that was 10 minutes ago, so they could be, somewhere down the line, Tower 6, Tower 4, things like that. So I'll just use Tower number 5 for this. And the direction, so this all follows their protocol for submitting a missing person report, and they use the towers there. It's essential to kind of determining where kind of the general location of the missing persons. They're kind of like good waypoints for them. And so not only do we have the kind of the lateral direction along the beach, but we also have kind of the depth that they're at within the beach. So they could be playing in the water last we saw them. They could be kind of getting their feet wet in the shore, or they could just be relaxing in the sand on the beach. So I'm just gonna put myself down for their contact. This would ideally be like a parent or a guardian, and they send an email, not an email, sorry, a phone number, so that once the missing person is found, they can be contacted. And so we also have photo functionality. Kind of the architecture for this, all our photo functionality isn't really fully implemented, and that's on purpose. We just wanted to get the basic framework for this set up, and then the sponsor will be able to, in future iterations, set up the photo functionality. But you can upload photos from local storage, or take a photo with the camera. Since we're on an emulator, there's not really a point showing that, but the functionality is there. So now we can submit our report. Okay, so our report is submitted successfully. So now we're sent to the notification screen, which is kind of the heart of our functionality here. So here you can see the list of all our missing people that we have, and you can scroll through this list. We have quite a number of them just from testing out functionality. And we have robust filtering and sorting functionality just to really help the wave watchers hone in on location based on closest. Right now we're in Houston, so closest isn't really going to help a whole lot. But if you were out on the beach, it would kind of we have towers coordinates listed, and it would grab your GPS and kind of compare in that way. But most recent is kind of going to be more helpful for us now. So you can see that's where Dane Buck, that's our newest case that just came in. But we have various filters. We've got cases that are all our cases. We have closed cases. We'll get back to this, but this is kind of people who've been already they've been missing, and now we found them. So we can go there. You can search. We can search and filter by time. So we got most recent to 30 minutes to an hour, hour to 2 hours, and so on and so forth. Hopefully it never gets to the point where it's over 24 hours, but we have that just in case in terms of, because we really want the wave watchers to be able to prioritize missing people. Someone's gone missing for over 3 hours. It gets a lot harder to pinpoint where they could be based on their initial last seen location. So we have a way to kind of help them prioritize their resources there. So let's go back to some of our most recent ones. So I can open up our, another thing, we can refresh the list, just the standard gesture, scroll down from the top. But yeah, this list also has, you can click on the list and it'll bring up kind of a breakdown of that missing person. We have this for everyone. So as you can see, we have the wave watcher who reported the missing person. In our case, it's Abden. It has their name, the date that they went missing, and we've got kind of a sentence-based breakdown of the missing person's critical information. And this follows the same protocol that the wave watchers follow. It's just a really easy format to verbally communicate that missing person, their personal identifying info, and also kind of their location. But we kind of take our own spin on things as well with a list that just has a really clear item by item kind of view of the important details of this missing person. And another thing that you can do is, this is similar with our other photo functionality. You can click on this photo button. Ideally it would show like a picture of the person's face or something like that. You can click on that and you can see a kind of a grid of additional photos, and you can upload and take more pictures of the missing person. And then from there, it's kind of there to help the wave watchers. Let's say that there's been a case that's been going on for a while. We're having difficulty finding the person. Maybe they have some, the guardian or parent has some more pictures that they can show, just to kind of help speed along the process, give them more resources to work with to better identify the missing person. And so now let's say that Dane, he's been lost for a little bit. Now we found him, so we can report that the person has been found. And so this opens up a quick questionnaire used to basically pinpoint where that missing person was found. Typically, the report is sent in from the actual user who found the person, but it doesn't always work out that way, where it could be another wave watchers taking care of the actual found report. So that's why we have if they're the person who found the missing person, then you could say yes to this, and it would basically mark that as a location. Running out of time. But so we have a couple other ways. If they were if they were on the beach, you could give a tower number. If they were not on the beach, they were in a store, you could give a store name, things like that. I'm just gonna go with the last option, kind of our last ditch effort here to coordinate where the person was last found is the street names. We can just say First Street and Second Street. So they were kind of at the junction, kind of the intersection between these two. So let's submit our found report. Okay, so now we can kind of show our closed cases here. So if I go to most recent, just to kind of help show. So now we can see that Dane is in the closed cases, so he's been found. So this changes the screen a little bit. So now we can see which wave watcher found them. That's new here. In our case, we're on the same user, so reported by and found by the same person. And you'll notice that the button to report that someone's been found is gone because they've already been found. We don't want them to be able to submit duplicate reports, things like that. But also, if we scroll to the bottom here, we have the time that they were found, and also we have the address that they were found. We have that street junction. So we're on like emulator time, so things are a little messed up here, but that's it's all functional there. And so I believe that's it for our functionality. Anything else I forgot? Or
So for our notifications, we can go to chat and actually turn them on.
yeah. Nah, yeah. Turned out.
Right. All right. So I just want to get this to work. There we go. Okay. All right. That's fine. So the value that our chat adds, you can say like, why do you need chat if you're just like reporting missing people or calling numbers? Well, the Wave Watchers use WhatsApp for as long as they've been in existence. And so a lot of information just gets lost in the shuffle because they only have one channel, a couple hundred members. Like multiple people get reported that are the same person missing. It's a clutter. So we think we've had a good solution for that by implementing chat and having separate group channels and open channels.
So that's pretty much it. That's it.
Okay, thank you. So, question. So when the lost person is found, the one who reported it, would he or she get the response saying that, because you said the missing person report, the person reporting it might be the family members. They might want to know.
Right.
So would the information about the missing person's, I don't know, relatives or whoever that is listed on the report will be contacted, or will it be the lifeguard's responsibility to do it separately?
So if someone sends in a missing person report, they actually have to go like talk to a Wave Watcher
Okay.
in person. And in the form, there's a callback number.
Okay.
So where they can be reached at to know that they've actually found them. Otherwise, we're just walking around with the kid.
Okay. Another question: the beach patrol, have they tried this?
They've looked at it.
Kinda, yeah.
And the head lifeguard said he loves it and that he thinks the Wave Watchers would also bring a lot of use to them.
Okay. One last question: can you go back to the login page? Yeah, the first page that you'll try to. So what does that logo up there, auth0? What is it supposed to be?
So Auth0 is just like extra security. It's backed by Google Auth0,
Okay.
but Auth0 has their own system of encryption, and it's just extra security on top of Google's.
I see.
We also have reCAPTCHA, but you can't see it on the emulator.
Okay.
That also just makes every user clarifies that they're an actual person versus just like a machine trying to hack in our app.
Okay, sounds good to me. Any other questions?
So on the front page, you have that big old call 911 button, which is right next to the report missing persons button. And you said the missing persons button is like the most frequently used thing.
Right.
So I assume that you like anticipate some users will accidentally press that big old
Right.
911 button.
That's why we have the yes or no for confirmation.
Okay, good. I was gonna ask how easy is it to not accidentally prank call 911?
Right. Yeah. Thankfully, we have some checks in place, and I think the way this works is that Google won't even let you automatically dial 911. Other numbers work properly. You press the button and it'll call. But with 911 specifically, it will pull the numbers up into the screen, but it's your responsibility to press the call button. I think that's something that they have hard coded. I believe that's the functionality there.
And another thing about just like the design, the buttons are kind of close together. So we actually talked to the Wave Watchers a couple times, and they said they approved of the UI and they helped design it with us.
Yeah, a lot of the kind of design decisions, we went to them. We had a couple meetings with them just to kind of figure out what exactly they wanted from this UI and functionality-wise.
Any more questions? Thank you. Appreciate it.